What are your expectations for tonight's premiere? Can you tell me more about the TV show, Hotel Cocaïne?
Well, my expectation is that people really love it, and I think that the first two episodes that are going to screen tonight are very well put together, and you can see a very exciting show in the making that can have a very long life, actually.
You direct this show. Can you tell me more about the work of director on this TV series? We know that you direct a few episodes of Hannibal, for example. Can you tell me more about this work, especially with Hotel Cocaine?
Well, I like directing drama in TV. So in a way, it's something that is getting closer and closer to a drama arc, like if you would do a feature film.
Yeah.
And so then there's the opportunity to actually take all the dramatic steps to develop characters and to have a very big exchange of ideas and positions and visions of the world, actually. So Hotel Cocaine, for me, it represents that opportunity of telling a story that has been told from different other aspects, and here is like the cooking of something very big that is happening, no? And seeing how the show puts you in what had to be happening in Miami to receive the load of cocaine, and that how transformed the city and the cultural behavior, you know? And then all the immigration and all the politics around the time and the entertainment, etc. So it's like a collage of life there that it's in a very hype moment of history.
We know that you are also a cinematographer. You worked on many films. Can you speak more about this work?
Well, I believe that cinematography is really the tool for a visual narrative, and it's telling stories with images, and that the camera is there to find and search and connect dots, etc. So it's something that I bring, that knowledge I bring to my directing skills, and I use the camera as a language, and so it's not only just doing a visually exciting space, but the visuals actually contribute to put you in the place. I was always interested when I was a cinematographer, or mainly just doing cinematography, was to do movies that were either in the past or in the future or in parallel realities, because I found that shooting our present reality was too boring. It was just documenting what it was, no? And then when you have a time period to reproduce or to recreate, then that brings a tremendous visual opportunities. So it's something that stays more in the memory or of the past or the imagination of the future.
Can you compare the different tasks you do on a movie or a TV show as a director and as a cinematographer? Are they similar or completely opposite?
They're not opposite. They're similar. The arc is very different. The arc is a very long-term arc, and it is very difficult to have in a series the same heads of department, because one has to prep while the other one shoots. So normally there are two cinematographers in a TV series. The one will do every other block, or this show was done in blocks, which means 2 episodes per block. So there were 3 directors. I did 2 blocks, the first and the last one, and the other 2 directors did the middle ones. So in that sense, it's more like because I was also the producer director, which means that I had to sort of supervise the process of the entire show. And so is to be sure that the language is used, that it's not that anybody does something different, that the show has to have an identity and a look preserved, and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. You have already worked with Chris Brancato on Narcos. How did you met each other?
We met in Hannibal. He was part of the writing team in Hannibal. And I did 6 episodes of Hannibal, 6 hours. So I developed a very strong relation with the cast and the showrunners, etc. And then from there, I believe we went to do Narcos, where Chris was the showrunner. And then we did also several seasons of Godfather of Harlem, and now this. So in a way, it's been a long collaboration. We can still stand each other, which is remarkable.
Yeah. You are part of ASC, American Society of Cinematographers.
Yes.
With a lot of cinematographers such as Stanley Cortez, Archer Edison, and many more. Can you tell me more about this group?
Of the ASC?
Yeah.
Well, the ASC is a professional organization. It's a collective. It's a place where not only you can hang out and have there's constant activities regarding cinematography. And it has also like a very strong recruiting program to bring and invite upcoming cinematographers to be part of the society. The ASC is like a very strong badge of honor to have the letters ASC after your name in a movie. It brings that status of quality that you actually made it there. And it's really like a brotherhood in terms of you always have things to exchange with other cinematographers, because cinematographers work alone. It's very hard to actually to meet other cinematographers, and more of even get to be friends with other cinematographers, because there's only one cinematographer on the show. So it's a very interesting opportunity to actually interact with other ones that do the same thing you do, and that they suffer the same way you suffer, and you have to go through, the battle every day, etc., etc. So it's a good place to be.
Okay. You come from Mexico and you worked with many Spanish-speaking directors such as Guillermo del Toro, Robert Rodriguez, and Alfonso Cuarón. Can you speak about the Latino cinematographic sphere?
Well, I think that Mexican filmmakers and Latin American filmmakers have made a very strong contribution to film. We have a point of view. We see the world from down up. We understand the world differently, and we also have a very strong narrative tradition. The Latin American literature is extraordinary, and Latin American film is like goes hand in hand with that. So we do feel that we have accomplished important things, and that we have things to say, and that we have proven that now. In the past, nobody could consider that a Mexican filmmaker actually could go out in the world and do things for the entire world, and now it's actually a very common place now.
In your opinion, what is the greatest type of shot in a movie to convey a strong emotion or message?
Each shot is a miracle, and you build for that. And once you achieve that, the story is built shot by shot. It's not just shooting and then let's see what you cut. The shot signifies the complete attention and care to actually bring that image to the screen or to the monitor. But every shot is that piece of the grammar of a language. So every shot is part of that sentence. Every shot is part of that paragraph, and you're building scenes shot by shot, and it's the essence of the film language.
Your teacher was Ricardo Aronovich. Could you speak more about your relationship with him?
Ricardo Aronovich was a very important figure in my life, a very important reference. He was a Latin American cinematographer that moved to Europe and made a very big career in Europe. And that he brought with himself what I'm talking about, an alternate vision of how to see things. And that was the origin of his success in Europe, and that was the origin of my success in the US, because we have things to contribute. And I was very young when I met him. It was really just in the beginning, where I had just done still photography work, etc. And I was able to share experiences with him. I would visit him in the set of Providence, the Alain René movie, and that was my school. So just watching him there, and actually, I met him 2 days ago. I had a coffee with him.
Oh.
So it is a lovely relationship that we kept through the years. Yeah.
And are you still influenced by him in your work?
Well, I mean, influence in the work in the sense that he has influenced kicked off my career in that sense. So I think that I have found my own language and my own way of speaking through images. But yeah, but he was very much part of it. You know?
So thank you for the interview. Can you tell your last word for all listeners?
Watch movies. Is like what 50 years ago was reading a good novel. It's important to keep the narrative up in the drama space. That's what we learn of ourselves, of our past and our future, and I think it's one of the most basic activities in our time.
Thank you so much.